be making kids. I don't
If
give a
you
fuck.
don't have skills that equate to wealth and resources, what are you doing? Why would I make another AM1 if I ain't even got the reins on my
Facts,
situation?
facts, facts.
And I say
It's
that to
common
people and
sense.
they act like what I'm saying is just heresy. And I'm like, no,
No,
you're stupid.
I'll
Why
ride
would
all
you
day
make
for
your
that.
life harder?
I'll ride all day for
How
that.
you gonna say I want to see a better black community? But then I ask, well, what do you do? Well, I work, at some company. Do you like your job? No, but I'm trying to have 3, 4 kids. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, facts.
What are you talking? What do you own? What do you do? What makes you competitive versus other men who are competing against you and who would want to box you into a permanent underclass? Well, what do
Facts,
you
facts.
mean? I don't know, but I'm trying to be a father. I'm like, what? You're
Makes no
not ready
makes
for the
no sense.
world.
It's
You
so
ain't ready for the
illogical,
world.
and we steady get pushback for that, though. But like, it's simple math. At some point, like we gotta understand, shit is simple math. It costs this much to have a kid. If you don't have it in the bank, you shouldn't be having children. It's that simple. You know what I mean? But I don't understand how I get pushback for that, man. Like,
It's really emotional, and I would have to say those men who don't understand that concept aren't men. They're boys. That's some little boy shit. You're literally not using logical mental faculties that says this world is a predatory world. It is kill or be killed to a certain degree. So you better have skills to know how to defend against that, and skills as it equates to modern human living. Black community could be seen as a matriarchy where women are raising men to think in ways that are beneficial to women. And that could easily be a downfall for it. It definitely is, but it could be a final downfall that keeps us into a permanent underclass. We got to be about wealth and resources. There's no way around it. No nation or
facts.
community exists without having skills that equate to wealth and resources. If not, you are at the mercy of other people with more skills and resources. It cannot be argued. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about racism. I don't want to hear about white supremacy. I don't want to hear
And
about none of
somebody
that
said in the
shit.
chat, man. Somebody said the black birth rate is already below. Like,
Whoever
bro,
sent that
like,
comment, let us know. Let me know your thought process. Do we want random numbers of non productive people, or do we want a focused group of numbers of people who are very intentional in understanding what we're up against? That's real strategy. You're
exactly.
coming from some hyper emotional mindset that is just not masculine and not of a male nature. Notice how nothing I said in the past few sentences had anything to do necessarily with women. We need real men building for and being icons and representations of what it is to be a real man. And what we don't need is sidebar issues and comments and distractions from women swaying men from that and saying, hey, it needs to be all about me.
But my focus is on the men. Like the men, black men. We already know the lower class black men their failures as far as the pookies and the red raiders. But there's also responsibility of the upper class black men. We failed as well by not economically imposing our will on the lower class blacks. Like it's false on both sides, the female and the man. Now, because the female has the legal power to control birth, there is an argument that they maybe could be more responsible, but I can't go 100% with that because until black men do their part, when we do our part, then we can say you bitches are fucking dumb. You know what I mean? But I think that us as black men, let's get our shit together first. That's what my channel is about. And then if these females still don't want to act right after we get our shit, then we got a real case. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on, because that's pure gems. I'm about to edit that
Yeah,
just out of there. So wait, you're saying black men need to get our shit together and be fully functional on our feet,
yeah,
so it kicks the legs out from any other arguments
yeah,
they
yeah,
want to bring at
yeah,
us, right?
yeah. That's exactly how I've been said. It's like we gotta fulfill our duty as men first. Like I already know these hoes are dumb. I already know they're dumb. I'm not taking anything away from the fact of their behavior and nothing, but it's just that as men, as black men, we gotta fulfill our role as men first, which doesn't require a woman at all. That doesn't require a woman at all. So fulfill our duty as men first, and then if they still acting a fool, we handle it then. Because at the end of the day, this white man then and conquer the whole world, and his bitch still acting up. You know what I mean? She still want feminism and all the other crazy shit. So as men, we got our own shit to handle first before we can file complaints, man. We got to compete. We got to get out here and make a name for ourselves. We're 238 years behind them well, and that got nothing to do with a bitch. You know what I mean? Competition in business and entrepreneurship, those are masculine things that men are supposed to be doing. So our falling behind in that category doesn't have nothing to do with bitches.
So you're saying that men should be men and masculinity should be essentially defined by men being men before even worrying about women.
Yeah. Now, this is not to say to not point out the fallacies of what what females do.
No,
What
no,
I'm
no.
saying is that
I'm saying before even worrying about or addressing that,
yeah, but
you got to be a
we
man
gotta
about
do
your own
we
shit.
gotta do man shit first. You know what I'm saying? I'm not because I'll talk about a bitch all day. I'm not trying to. Yo, they got their own issues. You know what I'm saying? And I get on them any day, especially when they come talking shit. But men, we gotta compete. You know, we're not competing. We're not out here. When any STEM industries, black men are at the lower proportional percentage in our population. Entrepreneurship, things that you know
Make
bring
us competitive
power.
with the world on a world
We're
class
not
level.
doing that, and that has nothing to do with a bitch. I'm saying that has nothing to do with a bitch. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, that's why this Kobe Bryant shit so serious, dog. Cause with Kobe, dog, like it was no excuses, dog. Achilles heel, oh no, I gotta get out here. False ass allegation, fuck, I gotta get out here. Like, it was no excuses. Like he was the embodiment of manhood, dog, and he left a legacy for black men to take as an example. You know, so you know, like it's no excuses out here, man. So that's all my content come from. Just that as men, you can't make excuses, dog. Like all this shit happened in the past. Fuck that, dog. Like ain't no excuses. Today's a new day. Productivity is the name of the game for black men. That's all I talk about, man. Like staying productive over emotions. You know what I mean? It's just that's just where I'm at with it. Like productivity over emotions. All right, like every day I wake up, I'm thankful to be here. I'm gonna use that day to the fullest. So I live every day like it's my last. So I go hard with all my businesses as hard as I can every day until I am exhausted. Because I mean that's my legacy right there. You know, and I took from Nipsey. I took from Kobe. I was even before he passed. I always studied these elite black men because I always took what they did, took a piece of it, and incorporated it in my life, man. And you know, that's just how it is, man. Every day, you never know when it could be your last, man. So black men, get out here, man. Stop playing around, dog. Like every day, you gotta go hard, man. Stop playing.